Hello, YouTube. Welcome to episode 10 Comparison. Today, I went to go get some sun, as you can tell. I'm a little red. Got some sunburn on my inner thighs, and let me tell you, it's not a fun experience. I went to my cousin's, and as I mentioned yesterday, I was on his lawn chair, so I did it again today. But I was greeted with a delicious meal of three hard boiled eggs, some avocado, and some toast with almond butter. It was really delicious, and I was really happy he made that for me. So, shout out to him. I then figured out how to get the mouse to work on my old phone, and I got my photos back. And I wanted to show you a before and after picture here of me working out and being consistent for about 111 days. So I'm really proud of my efforts, and as you can tell, the results show. And I'm going to continue to grow and see where I'll be in the next 4 to 5 months, or maybe in a year's time. I also ordered groceries. I was gonna go in, but I saw that the grocery store that I usually go to, it was completely packed. They're like people are parking on the side of the street to that point. So I just went on Amazon and I ordered it through Amazon, my groceries. Got here after I was done tanning, really efficient because that's just more time that I would have to do going around walking and picking up groceries that I could just press buttons and someone is able to deliver it to me. So I'm really fortunate for that and that I'm allowed to do that in where I live and everything like that. I also read my book. Not even halfway done though. I'm reading it slowly but surely, but hey, it's better than not reading at all. So I'm really happy about that. I am also going tomorrow to puppy yoga and bubbly. Yes, yoga, little puppies, and some mimosas. I'm kind of excited for that. Um, I don't. I doubt I'll drink though because ideally that's not very good for my gains that I'm trying to make in the gym. But I will have some orange juice, and I'll vlog it as much as possible, and maybe we can get some clips in rather than me just sitting here at my desk. So, as you probably heard of the quote, "Comparison is the thief of joy" by Theodore Roosevelt. I find it more to be a double-edged sword rather than a thief of joy, as it could be somewhat of a motivational thing, or it also could be a detrimental aspect in your life. The idea of comparing yourself is really easy nowadays with the idea of social media and how you can literally look into someone's life and their routines from a click of a button. The idea to compare comes from the idea of an accurate self evaluation of yourself, realizing your strengths, your limitations, and what you're capable of. The bad part about comparing yourself is that it'll eventually make you doubt yourself. You will overall have a lower self esteem as you constantly look for different things that you nitpick that are within yourself and others. The good part about comparison is what I find the good part is the inspiration and the motivation behind it. To want to better your life, to be like XYZ, or wonder or do the things that XYZ does. The best way I do this is I look at like my a role model or someone that I used to know that was in the same position as me, and they're in a lot better place now. So so what I do is I tell myself, hey, if they're able to do it, I could do it. I compare myself in the sense of I'm capable knowing that since they were at the bottom, I was at the bottom, we could both be at the top. In that process of finding that they're both at the top, you can realize that it's not a difficult task or even achievement to actually create for yourself, and that you're fully capable of making it happen, whether it be like them or live the lifestyle they live. In some cases, you might find it difficult to think that it was even possible what they did because I wasn't blessed with a silver spoon or per se money in the family. Maybe you just might have to work harder, but it's definitely possible. Such as no one's born to run a marathon, but you see people complete marathons and even greater achievements in the sense of athleticism every single day. Yes, there might be blessed with some genes, but that doesn't mean you're not able to do something that they can do. When you do this, you also lower your limitations and you create excuses that will create barriers from even actually attempting to make it happen. These excuses will overall make you feel better about yourself rather than actually feeling as a lot better completing what you want to do. Making excuses and creating limitations on yourself is just a really bad mentality to have. As if you're not putting in the work, of course you're not going to get what they get. You have to put in the effort and the time, such as they did, or even more so, to get what you want out of your life. Back to the marathon example, is of course you're not going to be able to run a marathon if you never even tried to run a mile. If you think you're like, hey, I don't like running, of course you're not going to want to run the marathon. But if you want to, as a goal, you're going to learn how to love running or learn how to do it efficiently and where it's more fun than a burden on your own self. Because overall, you want to get to your goals and achievements. I believe you can make anything happen. As we're all human, as some may find that doing certain tasks may be easier, or some are placed ahead of the curve, that doesn't mean you can't work your way up to those positions. Just become better. And do not quit just because you see someone doing what you want to do with ease. You have no idea what goes on in the background or not the recordings of someone who's done what you want to do. If you would like to stop comparing yourself, some ways are removing the limitations you set upon yourself and knocking down those barriers that you thought you had. Speak positively about yourself and realize you can grow into the ideas that you set in your mind. Another way is if you've done something that someone else has done, let's say if you were comparing in the sense of they completed a task and you're like, hey, I could do that too. But do not say you did it more difficult or it was a lot harder for you. There's no reason to bring someone else's achievement down just because you did it as well, but you had a lot more limitations. Be humble and honestly compliment the idea that they did it with ease and you're so lucky that you're able to do it as well. Don't think everything is great and dandy from what you see on social media. I personally don't believe half of what I see, and I really don't believe anything I hear on social media. As doing this will make you hate your own reality and overall make you depressed for thinking that someone else is living the life you want. There's millions of ways that you can compare yourself with millions of people, but the only one that matters, the biggest comparison you can make, is the one you see in the mirror and how they're better from yesterday rather than what you see in the future. And be grateful for what you have accomplished. Compliment others and yourself rather than compare. Focus on your path and stay in your lane. Only look at others who have done what you have done for guidance, for what you want to complete or achieve in life. So thank you for tuning in for episode 10, and I'm really excited for this puppy yoga, and I'll see you soon.